It didn't take long for the news to spread through Rome. Caesar is dead. Those two words shook the entire city. Some faces lit up with joy, others froze in fear, but most were filled with uncertainty. What happens now? Mark Antony, Caesar's most trusted general, wasted no time. He seized the palace, took control of all Caesar's documents and treasures. In his mind, this was his moment. The empire could be his. Meanwhile, far away in Greece, a young man named Octavian began his journey toward Rome. On the way, he heard the shocking truth. Caesar was gone, and Antony had taken everything. When Octavian arrived in Rome, people couldn't believe their eyes. He was just 18, a boy among men. Antony laughed and said, "Go home, kid. This city will swallow you alive." But Octavian had something Antony didn't, Caesar's name. And with that came the hearts of the Roman people. Standing before the crowds in the Forum, Octavian read Caesar's will out loud. The people gasped as they heard that Caesar had left his wealth not to the nobles, but to the people of Rome, and had named Octavian as his heir. The city erupted. Anger, grief, vengeance, all mixed together. The mob turned against Antony. Octavian saw his chance. He didn't just want his inheritance, he wanted justice for Caesar's murder. The Senate trembled. They thought Caesar's death would bring peace, but this young man had just reignited the storm. Brutus and Cassius, the men who struck the fatal blows, fled from Rome. They knew the hunt had begun. Octavian now reached out to Caesar's old soldiers, veterans who still swore loyalty to their fallen leader. And when they looked into Octavian's eyes, they saw a glimpse of Caesar himself. They joined him, one after another. Even Antony realized this boy was no longer just a boy. He invited Octavian to meet. Their talks were cold, tense, but in the end they struck a deal. Along with another general, Lepidus, they formed a triumvirate, a three-man rule over Rome. But this alliance had a dark side. They created a list of enemies. Anyone on it could be killed and their wealth taken. Soon the streets of Rome ran red once again. Senators, nobles, citizens, no one was safe. Octavian saw blood for the first time, and he learned something that would shape his destiny. In Rome, power demands sacrifice. Now the triumvirate turned toward their next goal, revenge. Brutus and Cassius had raised armies in the east. The final battle was inevitable. For the first time, Octavian, barely 19, would lead legions into war. He wasn't just Caesar's heir anymore. He was ready to prove himself as a leader of Rome.